You're on a path in the woods. You make your way up the short path to the
Hello? Alright, according to OBS, at least I'm having sound now. Can you hear me? Is my mic working now? Alright, cool. Right, so I guess you missed my entire intro. Yeah, I guess starting from the beginning. I'm Talia Trevere, this is Slay the Princess. We're on the 4th playthrough now. We're not going to be bullying the princess anymore, probably, though we might end up doing it at some point, I'm sure. I was thinking of going back to investigate some more of the witch route. One idea I had was to just, like, go and attack, because I'm pretty sure before, when we tried to attack her, we, like, talked/investigated stuff first, and that, like, put her on guard. So it might be good if we, maybe don't do that. The other thing is I'm pretty sure I have not tried, I've not tried doing the witch route without a blade. I think we did the thorn and then the wild. So yeah, let's try going on that route and seeing what happens.
The interior of the cabin is almost entire.
So if I remember correctly, for the witch route, you need to go without the blade and then let the narrator kill her, right? There's so many routes, I'm having trouble remembering what's what, but we'll try. Hope we get something cool.
The basement creaks open.
Let's just continue down the stairs.
Good. You're still listening to reason. It would be better if you had a weapon, but you walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. She's beautiful. I am begging you to...
Hi.
Yeah, let's try to get her out.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains, but...
We've seen all of this.
Maybe there's some way to break the chains? Or if that doesn't work, I guess we can always cut me out of them.
She offers the suggestion with almost complete nonchalance. If we were stuck down here long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out if it meant we could finally be free. You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but
Alright, that's not gonna work. Let's just go back.
you make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier.
Trying to slay her here, I believe, also brings you back to the witch route. But I think that one might have been slightly different. I wonder if your options on that route actually change based on whether you slay her here or later. Or was this a different route? I don't even remember. Let's try this one, I guess. Let's slay her now. Or did that get a different route? Do not remember. Oh, I think we tried this one, but then got sidetracked to the nightmare, so we don't actually know. So let's try this then.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into the wound drives. Okay, there's no going back now.
You bastard.
The princess pushes away from you, wounded but still alive.
You've made a terrible...
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if it's an act. She's wounded and I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a leap, your knife cuts. Forget about...
Alright, slay the princess.
Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you seize a moment. We can still...
Okay, so I think what happened is that we tried this before and then we locked her in the basement and ended up on the nightmare route. So finishing the job might get us to the witch route. I don't know what giving up would do. So both options. And I think either of these could potentially lead us to a new route. Oh my god, too many questions. You know what? I know I said I wanted to go back to the witch route, but I kind of want to try giving up. Have we tried that in other routes before? I don't know if we have. Let's give it a go.
Are you serious? As what's left of your blood pools around you on the cobblestone floor, the blade falls from your trembling hands and clatters uselessly against the ground. I suppose you simply lacked the will to finish the job. The princess, wounded but still alive, nervously jumps at the blade and kicks it far away from you before retreating into a dark corner of the room.
That's a reaction we haven't had before. I feel like this might be a completely new route.
Her shining eyes watch you from the darkness, unblinking and curious as you bleed out. We can only hope the wounds you managed to inflict will be enough to at least delay her escape from this place. If we're very lucky, they'll kill her before she can reach the outside world.
After all this time alone, I thought I'd finally found a friend, but you were just another monster, weren't you?
This is the end, isn't it? Before you can answer, everything goes dark, and you die.
The beast, yeah, totally new. Oh my goodness. Too many
You're
options.
on a path in the woods. You're here to...
Alright. Getting a terrible sense of deja vu.
A terrible sense of deja vu? No, if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. If he doesn't remember what happened, then something else must have trapped us here.
Ah, so you are the hunted.
You're not trapped here. Nobody's forcing you to do anything, though the only sensible thing for you to do right now is march up to that cabin and slay the princess.
It's more than just deja vu, though. I'm pretty sure this whole thing literally just happened.
We could go back and forth on this forever, and it won't get you any closer to doing your job and saving the world. So let's just agree to disagree.
Alright, proceed to the cabin.
A warning. She will lie. Does a cat lie to a cornered mouse when it plays with its freedom? Or is it just acting out its nature? I don't see why that matters. A lie's a lie, and if anything, she's the one who's cornered.
No one's forcing you to do anything yet.
She could have gotten out of there whenever she wanted to. We should trust nothing that she tells us, only what we hear and smell. That's a very roundabout way of saying that you should listen to me and take this seriously.
Oh, by the way, I totally forgot to mention, at the end of last episode, when we tried to kill the princess, I was definitely wondering if there was any truth in what the narrator told us, right? Because clearly just killing one princess didn't really do shit. So I was wondering if the narrator's actual plan had just been to have us, like, complete the princess and then kill her. And whether that would actually achieve his goal. And I feel like the result was maybe kind of inconclusive. Like, I couldn't quite tell what happened at the end there. Like, if we had actually prevented the apocalypse and, like, created a world with no death. So I guess it may have happened. So maybe the narrator isn't completely entirely full of shit. But yeah, it wasn't entirely clear. Anyway, back to this route.
Maybe.
Alright, let's go.
The interior of the cabin is ruinous and dilapidated. It feels like no one has lived here for a long time, wind rushing in through cracks and holes in the wooden walls. The only furniture of note is a termite-eaten table with a pristine blade perched on its edge.
Does this mean like this time we'll leave with her and become gods? Yeah, maybe. I feel like we might as well try out the other option.
The blade is your implement.
Let's look at the mirror.
That's because there isn't a mirror. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. What a strange thing to lie about. Maybe he doesn't see it. Much like he hasn't seen what's already happened.
Why would you lie about that?
Exactly. Why would I lie about...
Alright. Well, approaching the mirror never does anything. Do we take the blade or not? Let's not.
No steel claw. Do you think we can talk our way out of this? I don't think she wants to talk. I guess we'll just have to trust that we made the right call. It'll still be here if we need it.
Well, I don't know if we'll be able to get back to it.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what's left of an old wooden staircase. It's still sturdy enough that you can make your way down in one piece, though you'll have to be mindful of holes. The air seeping up from below is oddly warm and wet, as if you're descending into a jungle. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. She growls up the stairs.
I can smell you.
She sounds almost feral, impatient, or maybe eager. You carefully make your way down the stairs. The last step gives way to the damp earth floor of a starlit pit. The walls are obscured by an impenetrable darkness, giving the illusion that the room might stretch on forever. You brush against the wide leaves of plants that surround you on all sides, seemingly the only living things that occupy this strange underground wilderness. The jungle is pressing in on us, hiding her from view. She could be anywhere.
I love the hunted, like, whisper voice. It's so good.
You see only a flash of the princess before she scurries away into the underbrush, dragging her heavy chain behind her.
Wow.
Remember, she's just a princess.
Yes, she's definitely not some kind of beast. Just a regular human princess.
She's certainly not just a princess. You're not helping. It doesn't matter what she is. It only matters what she does. Her shining eyes appear between the leaves, staring hungrily at you from the darkness.
I can hear your heart pounding from the bottom of the stairs, fledgling. You're right to be terrified. I'm so much more than you.
A shiver rushes up your spine and pulls you upright. The air's shifting. She's getting ready to pounce. Move, now!
I feel like exploring is gonna, I'm gonna lose my chance to move, so I think maybe I should move.
Picking a direction on instinct. As you land, you're buffeted by a gust of air, disturbed by the sudden motion of a massive body. The princess. In an instant, she's pounced on the spot where you would have been, her chains rattling across the floor behind her.
I feel like that's possibly the single most monstrous princess we've seen so far. Holy shit. Look at that. Amazing.
Before you can blink, she's gone, vanishing once more into the shadows. But you still feel her gaze on you.
You're faster than you were before, but you're still meek, reactive, prey.
You whirl around to find her, and your gaze meets hers, a pair of shining eyes peering out at you from just beyond the basement stairs. So she's cut off our escape. Shit. What do we do?
What do you want?
I want to swallow you whole, and I will get what I want. You have no exit. You have no hope. You live and die by my whims, and my whims alone.
Don't ask her what she wants. Just run for the blade upstairs and slay her with it.
Nah.
Is that all the advice you have? You don't even know what she looks like. Some specifics would be very helpful. She's just a princess. Don't overthink it. She is clearly not.
I don't know if I necessarily want to help her get out, but why? Why do you want to kill me?
Why does anything kill anything else? She needs to.
Does she, though? Like, is she planning to eat me?
I didn't say I wanted to kill you.
It sounds like she wants to do something even worse.
Yeah, maybe.
What she wants only matters if she wins, and you're not going to let that happen. She's coiling for another strike. Be somewhere else. We're on the back foot.
Narrator, I don't think you know who the princess is. Yeah, that's very true. Just keeps insisting that's just a princess, not even just in this route, but in all the others, and it's like, I don't know about that, sir.
The back foot keeps us nimble, keeps us alive. It doesn't matter if it keeps us alive if it eventually kills us. We need to take back the momentum. We need to do something.
I mean, I feel like survive is kind of the obvious answer here. Play dead isn't gonna do shit, come on. Stand still? I mean, she might be... Except that one she's like, she's supposed to be a princess, what did you do? Yeah, I guess that was bad enough that even he noticed it. Stand still might, like, intimidate her with our confidence, I guess. But that's very risky. I'm gonna play it cautious.
Jungle, barely moving out of the way before the princess surges past you with a speed that makes her practically unseen.
Alright, let's continue trying to talk. Well, I think we unlocked this with our previous conversation, so let's continue the thread. Okay, fine. Why do you want to eat me?
I don't question who I am or what I want. I simply do. To act is always better than to react. To do is always better than to watch.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but you do well to listen to her. Less standing around asking questions, more doing exactly as I say.
No. Okay, so I think we've exhausted that train of conversation. I don't want to show weakness to her. Maybe I should try to free her. I don't think she's going to show herself. Because she's also being cautious. Alright, let's try it. We don't have to kill each other. What if I helped you? What if we left together? If you could get out of here on your own, wouldn't you have already left?
You cannot reason your way out of this, fledgling. There's no compromise with what I am.
I mean, maybe that's true, but also I came down here unarmed, and I don't want to die. So, I guess trying to talk is my only option.
At least she's upfront about her intentions. A tickling sensation rises at the base of your neck. Flee. We can't keep doing this.
Huh. I kind of want to just keep staying alive. Like, the hunted seems to know what he's doing so far. Run for the stairs, I feel like wouldn't work. Like, in the past, outrunning the princess has very rarely worked for us. I mean, maybe. Let's try this route. Just keep staying alive.
Or maybe she's a little faster. You avoid her slavering jaws, but she manages to graze you, her titanic momentum skinning you along your side.
Alright, well, this strategy is not perfect, but we're not dead yet.
It's like being sideswiped by sandpaper. How is she that fast?
Whoa, look at that face. She has a horn and everything. I think that's like, you know, her tiara usually has like spikes on top of it, and now it's just part of her head. That's so cool.
You're bleeding now.
You instinctively touch your side, testing her claim.
Can you pet the princess?
And stings from the gentle touch of your fingertips.
We should try. That's the ultimate goal of this route. Pet the doggo.
A costly mistake. We can't make it again.
I feel like it's only gonna get harder from here, dude. Sorry.
We will make it again unless something changes. We have to break the pattern.
He's not wrong.
We need more time. She's cutting off our escape.
I think maybe when she's like hiding in the corner there, she's cut off our escape to the stairs, but maybe when she's on the other side there, we can make it.
Our game is nearing its end.
Stop hiding and show yourself.
If you want to see me, you should get better at seeing.
That's fair. It's just like, that's a skill issue, dude.
She knows that her strength lies in shadows and secrets. She won't reveal herself unless she has to.
Yeah.
She's more tense this time. She means this next blow to be the last.
Okay. I mean, I trust his intuition on that. But the question is, can we avoid it this time?
The mere thought of moving again makes your bloodied side ache. We're exhausted. We're bleeding. We're still alive. We owe it to ourselves to move.
I think we have to. Playing dead, I don't think is going to work against her, especially if she wants to eat us. Like, if she thinks we're dead, she's just going to try to eat us. I mean, I guess maybe we can just make her let down her guard and then, like, try to attack her when she tries to eat us, but we don't have a blade, so what's that going to do? Standing still, I think, again, it's just giving her what she wants. We're just going to die. I think this is our only reasonable option.
Once again, you absorb the full force of the impact, and once again you are too slow to come away unscathed. You're starting to get tired. You're making mistakes. This isn't working. We have to do something. We have to figure out a plan.
Well, hopefully that was also her last strike. If we had a knife, we might be able to pull off those other options, but not in our current situation.
Don't plan ahead. Act on the now. All that matters is that we stay alive.
I do agree with the hero, though. I think at some point something has to change.
We're trying, but we can't keep this up much longer. We have to. We keep up or we die.
You're getting slow.
Oh.
She seizes the opportunity, lunging once again from the darkness, fangs bared and claws flashing. She attacks over and over and over, and each time she leaves with a little piece of you. Too tired to think, but we have to think. We have to move. It's too late. Before you get the chance to leave, she makes her last foray from the dark corners of the room, unhinging her dripping maw, her eyes fierce and full of hunger. You do your best to dive out of the way, and you partially succeed. Partially? Yes. The princess fails to swallow you whole. She only swallows your lower body.
In one bite? She swallows a person's lower body in one bite? How huge is this princess?
That's just as bad. That's worse, even.
Yeah, arguably.
It's death either way. At least this will be a faster end.
Alright, well that didn't work.
You look down to see that the dirt between you is strewn with your intestines, trailing all the way up and disappearing behind her blood-stained teeth. Your legs are nowhere to be seen. You start to go into shock.
Yikes.
The princess, bloody saliva dripping from her lips, idly gnaws on what's left of you as you rapidly fade away.
I didn't mean to do that. I still need to devour you. And it doesn't count if you're dead.
Wow, look at her. So cool.
We're not dead, we're... But you don't have time to protest her premature observation of your death, because everything goes dark, and you die.
What the heck kind of chapter 3 is this gonna be? The Den.
You're on a path in the wood. That didn't work. We're going in with a plan this time. We're not getting stuck in another loop, just acting on instinct. We're stuck in a big enough loop as it is.
We're stuck in multiple loops, sir. They're like recursive.
Instinct was keeping us alive.
For a little bit. Didn't work at the end there.
Until it wasn't.
Exactly. Skeptic continues to just be me.
So what are we supposed to do? Great, so you've been here before. That doesn't bode well. You're not supposed to have been here before. This is supposed to be one and done. So you know more than you're letting on. Yeah, what he said. Of course I do, but believe me, it's in your best interests. The more you know about the princess, the more difficult your task will be. And why is that? Having me explain why would defeat the whole purpose. There are simply some things I'm not allowed to tell you. It's a hard rule. And whose rule is it? Who's telling you to boss us around? We've died twice already, and if you want us to stay alive this time, it's in your best interests to give us an edge. It's my rule, and this conversation is over.
All right. I want answers. What's going on here? What do you know that you're not telling me?
Like I said, I've told you as much as I can without putting you at a disadvantage. If anything, I've told you too much. You've already died by her hands twice. You shouldn't need much in the way of motivation.
What if we just leave? What happens then?
It doesn't seem like she can escape on her own. Maybe not quickly, but it's inevitable. That cabin won't last forever.
Yeah, we did see that in the prisoner route.
She will. Forget I said anything. Just treat this with the urgency it deserves.
Alright. The path is different than it was before.
You're right. This is different, isn't it? I'm starting to lose track of things myself. Ground is ground. It doesn't matter what shape it takes. We'll adapt. If it looks different, that's because the situation has started to spiral out of everyone's control. So please, disavow yourself of the notion that you can just come back here and fix this place if you manage to make a mess, before that line of thinking leaves you yet another world in ruin. Though, as evidenced by you dying twice, it's safe to assume the fates of the worlds you've left behind don't concern you very much.
How many worlds have we doomed at this point? It's gotta be quite a few.
Consider this your last opportunity to make things right. For you, and for the rest of existence. But especially for you. Clearly we're not getting anything out of him.
Okay, what's the plan?
She spent as much time as she could in the shadows. So we're gonna draw her out.
Sounds legit.
But she's fast. And she's clever. We're clever too. So this time we're not gonna let her cut off our escape. We're gonna lead her to the stairs ourselves. It'll be a lot easier to deal with her once we can actually see what she is.
She's gonna be different too, though.
But you already know what she is. She's a princess.
Imagine saying that at this point. I guess he hasn't seen her yet. He doesn't know.
Yeah, right. A princess we couldn't see, and one that had big, sharp teeth, too. How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing our job? Sharp teeth.
Alright, no matter what happens next, it seems like all our answers are in the cabin. Let's see this through.
You make your way down to the cabin. Your fated confrontation awaits. You know what to do. Alright, we've been over the plan. Goad her out of the shadows, make her show herself. And what if she doesn't want to be seen? We'll figure out a way to make it happen. And if that doesn't make her any easier to fight, it will. It's always easier to fight what you can see, no matter how big or toothy she might be. The interior is dark and overgrown. Vines and brush obscure so much of the place that, had you not seen the exterior, you might not have noticed this was a cabin at all. The only furniture of note, if you could call it that, is a knotted stump, a pristine blade embedded in its exposed rings. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. Of course that damn mirror's back, and of course he's not saying anything about it. Why is it following us? What are you talking about? There is no mirror. It's just the stump and a narrow tunnel that leads to the basement. He isn't tricking us. Can you feel the wind? It's telling us there's a hole in that wall. Our eyes deceive us. Then either way we need to investigate. Might as well get started.
I kind of want to go without the blade, just out of sheer stubbornness. I know logically that we probably need it, but... Alright, I'm not going to be stupid. I'm going to take the blade. It's tempting, though. It's very tempting. Alright, I'm not going to be stupid.
Yes, take the steel claw. You pull the blade from the stump, gripping it tight. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Odds are we'll need it. Thanks for not putting us in a bad spot.
Alright, alright.
You step forward, approaching the small hole that leads to the basement, hesitating before you enter the princess's lair. Haven't you been paying attention? We're not hesitating. This supposed hole is blocked by that old mirror. That mirror isn't part of this place. It's seeped through from somewhere else. It, if there even is an it, is a hallucination. Like you said, you've been here twice before. Your mind was bound to start playing tricks on you eventually. It's so grimy. Maybe we can wipe it clean and finally get a look at ourselves.
Alright.
You reach forward and wave your hand over the open hole leading to the basement. See? Nothing. Tricks of the eye. No one sense can be trusted on its own.
Interesting.
You step forward into the darkness. If there were once stairs leading into the basement, there is nothing left to attest to their existence now. There is only a long tunnel of packed earth, growing more narrow as you descend. It smells of mold and decay. The damp walls leave streaks of dirt along your body as you're forced to hunch, then finally squat down on all fours in order to continue. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. As you crawl forward on hands and knees, you're met only with the sounds of ambient earth. No voice slinks confidently up the stairs, no entity threatens violence or pleads for safety.
So, how about that plan to lure her to the stairs? There are no stairs anymore.
Stay quiet. Don't give her a sound.
Like, even if we lured her to the opening, we couldn't exactly run away through here. Like, we just can't move quickly enough through this cramped tunnel. Yeah, she is probably larger than us, and we can probably get her stuck in there. I mean, she might not be able to run into the tunnel, but she can probably, you know, stick her paw in and do some serious damage. She might not, she might be able to get us before we can get her stuck. Do we want to try to... I feel like the logical, like, proper way to do this would be to try to be as quiet as possible, but I kind of want to try to find a peaceful option. But on the other hand, it is also fun to try to kind of meet the princess where she's at. Like, if she wants to, you know, have this hunt, then maybe we should play her game. Let's try it. We already took the knife. Let's make this a proper hunt. Silent but deadly.
You say nothing, maintaining the silence as you carefully make your way down into the basement.
Hunt the hunter, exactly.
The basement is dark and cavernous, a gaping maw threatening to swallow you whole. There is no light here, save for what little starlight has managed to filter down the tunnel. And though you can't see the vastness of the space, you can feel it. You're exposed. Stay on your toes. We take a step into the shadows, and as soon as she moves, we jump back, make her follow. From there, we trap her in the tunnel, draw her out of the cabin, whatever it takes to get her out of her element. Then we're safe.
Alright. Alright, I guess let's just follow the plan. Step into the shadows and try to lure her out.
You step into the shadows and are enveloped in total darkness. Your heart pounds in your chest, ears pricked, eyes wide despite the inky blackness, waiting for any sign of movement. That's right. Keep steady. Don't let your nerves get the better of you. There, she's about to strike. With the near silence of a determined predator, the princess erupts from the shadows. But you've already started your swift escape. That's stage one. Now stay focused. You dive into the tunnel and begin scrambling up towards the cabin. You hear her behind you, claws raking at the dirt, chains rattling, breaths hot and heavy with the effort of the ascent.
Wow, this is working surprisingly well.
But the sounds are coming slower now, the breaths pained and stuttering. You no longer sense frantic motion behind you in the tunnel. You risk a glance.
Ooh, this achievement is like glowing gold. Is it like a rare one or something?
She is a broad and sickly creature, her withered and emaciated flesh clinging to bones too large to fit in the narrow space. She managed to squirm her way into the tunnel in pursuit, but now she's stuck, incapable of either moving towards you or returning to the open darkness of the basement below.
Oh, I kind of feel bad for her.
So that's what she's become. She wasn't like this when we started. Was she? No, she wasn't. Looking at her makes me feel sad. Yeah, now that we can see her, she doesn't feel like much of a threat at all. Her eyes look up at yours, wide, pleading. Come back, you can imagine them saying. Don't leave me here. But you shouldn't listen to the sad eyes of a vanquished enemy. She wants nothing more than to change places with you. If you want us to ignore her, then why would you tell us any of that wide, pleasing eyes begging for mercy business to begin with? All it does is make us feel conflicted. I'm merely describing things as they are. It's not my fault that her eyes had something to say.
Pet the princess,
Even if that
exactly.
something was a ploy, which, if I might stress, I pointed out to you. What should we do about her anyway? Can she still end the world like this?
Probably.
She hurts. We should help. We did bring the blade. Maybe we should use it. Splendid idea. You have a job to finish, and this is the perfect opportunity to finish it. Or maybe we should try and talk to her. That's a terrible idea. Your first one was better.
Let's talk. Peacefully approach the princess. Just maybe not approach into, like, clawing range. I'm still trying to play things safe around here.
You cautiously make your way closer to the princess, her eyes avoiding yours with the silent resignation of a defeated predator.
Oh, that's it? Alright,
She's
back
gone.
here again.
And there's that
Alright, I think I'm supposed to look at the mirror.
something dreadful thing reeks of death. You're right. Part of me wants the truth.
Alright, let's go.
I'm begging you, don't.
Someone got to pet the princess, that's true. Alright, let's go. Whoa, look at her. Crazy design.
Something finds me in the long quiet.
Well, I think we've seen all the dialogue. Let's just maybe ask her about this vessel and then
Yes.
move on.
Nerves and this one is consumed by instinct. A predator pushing those around her to adapt. She will make for a bold heart. She wishes me to devour you, to make you a part of myself, but she is only a voice. Do not mourn her, for she is part of something greater.
All right. Let's move on.
Nothing, as we are.
Those angel
But
wings,
I
maybe.
know that there are worlds beyond us. There is no exit. Bring me more perspective.
All right, let's go.
She asks that I tell you to remember. You won't.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the...
Alright, let's see. Should we try the witch again? Or maybe we should try that, getting back to that same place and trying to kill her and see whether that brings us to the witch or to something new. Let's try that. Might as well. Go to the cabin.
You make your way up the short path to the... The interior of the cabin is...
Let's enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks open. Good. You're still listening to...
We're still listening to reason. Not for long.
You're only making this more difficult.
Okay. I'll be here.
Go to the damsel route? Yeah. I wanted to revisit the damsel route as well.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been
I also
so
really
much...
need to revisit the Spectre route. I want to try being nice to her there, and maybe also getting to the next one, the Wraith route, and letting her just leave. So many options. Honestly, maybe I should extend this playthrough past this week, because there's just so much I still haven't tried in this game. I know I said I wasn't going to try to 100% it, but I'm just so curious about all these other paths to take. Alright, slay the princess.
Without hesitation, bring the blade down and plunge it into... Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you...
Okay, yeah, so since I did that route, it blocked off the give up option. Let's try finishing the job.
You steel your resolve and take another step closer to the princess. You probably won't make it out of here alive, but you can still make sure that she won't make it out of here either. Excuse me? What's this about not making it out of here alive? Do you think this is what I wanted to happen? I have a duty to state the facts of the situation, and honestly, it's a miracle anyone in this room is still standing right now. Don't act so surprised. Can you not feel all those gashes and holes pulling you apart? If the princess doesn't do you in here, blood loss is certain to finish the job. You take another step forward, and the princess lunges towards you. The two of you enter one last exchange, a flurry of blade and claw and fleshy ribbons, and then you stop. Neither you nor princess able to go any further.
At some point you should start with the stranger. It's a slightly different ending. Huh, okay. I'll keep that in mind. Meaning, have that be the first route of your playthrough. I also wanted to come back to the stranger and try taking the blade, because I think the last two times I did it, I didn't take the blade. Alright, well I guess I'm gonna try to do at least one more playthrough after this, and I can start that one with the stranger. Hello? Oh, okay, here we go.
After all this time...
Silence. You've paid a terrible price.
If you think this is it...
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Okay, we're back to the witch.
You're on a path in the...
Hasn't this already happened?
It hasn't. Or if he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's brilliant. We need to keep our cards close. You know I can hear you. Did I say I'm not sure we can trust him? Slipper.
Oh, okay. Let's go to the cabin.
A warning before you go any further.
Okay, so things I wanted to do on this route. I potentially wanted to try not taking the blade. I wanted to try just attacking without saying anything first. And I do want to at some point try to get back on the wild route and try seeing what else we can do there.
She will lie, she will cheat,
Which should we start with? The tricky thing about these playthroughs is that I kind of have to plan them out because I can't get back to the same route twice in one playthrough.
Is a mess of twisted roots. The walls are chaotic.
So let's see. Maybe I should try the no blade one just because that seems like it would be the most different, potentially. But also I feel like just attacking her could be something very different too, because then I have a chance of actually potentially doing some damage to her. Let's see. Maybe I'll try... Okay. Maybe I'll try no blade this time. See if she just absolutely murders me.
No blade. Hope you know what you're getting us into. It'll always be here if we need it. Sure, that was also true last time and we still died, but we definitely know what we're doing this time.
Sure. We definitely do.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase, the weak starlight from the
I'm not nasty.
You are. I recognize that voice as
She must have you confused. She seems friendly. You can't. And look, I'm just throwing ideas out there. I like to think out loud. I'm the kind of guy who likes to... Do you want to hear what everyone had? You need to... Fine. You're the boss. Thank you.
Alright, let's see what we can do here.
Descend the basement steps, entering the dark room below. You can just make out the shape of the princess in the blue.
And there you are, once again seeming to offer a helping hand while likely hiding the other behind your back. Fine, I'll play along for now. What do you want?
You made a comment back in the woods about having been here before. Oh, no. That's pretty sharp. Call it deductive. Well, No, I don't. I'm just glad Is it all behind us? Just focus on the task at hand. Let's chat her up a bit. Don't talk to her. You're just going...
Well,
Alright, let's see. What can we do this time? You scared me, okay? You started gnawing your arm off. It scared me, so I stabbed you. Things got out of hand.
Things did get out of hand, didn't they? But it's hard to let bygones be bygones when they led to murder. And you started it.
Look, I know. Things got messy last time. I think there's something bigger than both of us at work. We should team up.
I suppose you didn't come into my hovel of your own accord, did you? All right. I suppose I could team up. I need a way out after all. And unfortunately, you're the only one I have.
Seems to me like she's offering a mutually beneficial arrangement. We should take it. Do you know what the word mutually means? Because it sounds to me like she's offering an arrangement that benefits her and her alone.
Why do I have a nagging feeling you're gonna stab me in the back if I help you out of here?
And why would I do such a thing? Is someone's guilty conscience getting to them? But I wouldn't worry. As much as I may hate you, letting you live is in my best interests. If you get me out of here, the only thing that will be dead and buried is the bad blood between us.
You say that, but you did kill me one time. Or, well, technically 2 times.
Oh, that nagging feeling you mentioned is me. She needs us to get... You won't be fine. But even if that's true, that doesn't all... I think that depends on your definition of... See? You get...
I didn't bring my blade down, remember? How am I supposed to get you out of those chains?
Oh, I don't need you to cut me out.
The princess grins as the chains fall from her wrist. She could have gotten out of those the whole time. That sneaky little... A woman after my own heart, really. She knows how to hold her cards close to her chest. This is why she can't just be abandoned here. If left to her own devices, she'll find a way out. Now stop her.
Nah, I don't think I will. I think I'm going to try to leave with the princess, but let's do some of these other dialogue options first. I'm sorry about last time.
Ooh, smart. Let's apologize. Get us back on the right foot.
Oh, you're sorry. Isn't that nice? You're such a gracious little monster. If you're sorry, then let me out of here. Prove it.
I get the sense that you're not happy with me.
Is that a joke? Do you think a joke will charm my trust back? You'll have to try harder than that.
Alright. Okay, let's leave.
Yes, let's.
She creeps forward, taking one cautious step at a time until you and she are face to face.
Please do not stab me in the back.
She never breaks eye contact, even as the two of you find yourselves face to face. She's silent for a long moment, as if testing to see what you'll do now that she's within arm's reach.
After you, darling. You're the one it lets come and go. It's best if I follow.
No backstabbing, please.
Oh no, we can't have that. If anyone is going to turn their back on anyone else, she's going to turn her back
She is
on
not going to
us.
do that.
It shouldn't matter who leads and who follows. We're working together here.
Oh, hero.
Well, if it doesn't matter, then she can go first. We may be in this together, but that doesn't mean we have to trust her. Somebody has to go first, and it might as well be us. We're the ones who broke her trust last time. You're talking a lot about trusting someone who, by her very definition, cannot be trusted. I don't know how many more warnings I have to dole out, but if you help her out of here, you're going to regret it.
I'm still doing it. I do not want to be backstabbed, but I feel like this princess is very wary of us, and she's not going to take well to us trying to make her go first. So I'm going to risk it. Like last time I tried to trust the witch, she stabbed me. So she may backstab me, but she doesn't have the knife this time, so maybe it'll go better?
That's right. You're the one who's going first. Don't worry, I'll be right behind you watching every single thing you do.
That's exactly what I'm worried about. You step onto the stairs and begin your ascent from the basement. The princess follows close on your heels, perhaps even a little closer than you'd like. You're only saying that because you want us to feel nervous. I do want those things, but I want them for a good reason. I don't need you to trust me for my sake, because I already know that I'm right. This is for you. Can we walk backwards up the stairs? I think that's the smarter idea. She can't sneak in and attack if we're facing her.
That's a decent point.
No. The stairs are a bunch of overgrown roots. You'll trip and hurt yourself. But the princess is silent as you both continue the climb, and in no time at all, the upstairs of the cabin is within reach. Isn't that a relief? We're fine. Nothing happened. You're not even going to wait until you're through that door to proudly claim your victory, are you? Why did you just say that? I think we know why. You feel something dig into your shoulder, sharp and piercing. The princess clawing at you and pulling you down with her full weight.
Come on.
Together you tumble back down the uneven stairs, your body and hers crashing against the unyielding wooden roots, until finally you both separate with a bone-shaking thud against the basement floor. You feel something pop.
Freaking frog and scorpion ass. Come on. You're just screwing both of us.
The princess lands against the far wall, gasping as she struggles to recover from the impact.
Oh, yeah. The frog. It was in her nature. Yeah.
You're still in shock, trying to get a hold of yourself. She grins as you continue to remain exactly where you are, cackling derisively as she watches you realise that you won't be getting up. Wait, why won't we be getting up? I'm afraid your back is broken. One unlucky fall is all it takes, really, and you had several. You know what? I'll say it. That sucks. I don't like having a broken back. We were going to help her. Why? Why did she do that? It's what I would have done.
Really?
Have you considered not being like that?
Thank you, Hero.
Of course not. It's what keeps us alive.
She would have been alive just fine if she hadn't stabbed me in the back.
And yet here we are, paralysed and stuck with someone who hates us in the basement of a remote cabin.
You must have known this was coming. The arrogance of turning your back to me after everything you've done.
The hell was that for? I was trying to help you out of here.
Maybe you were, and maybe you weren't. But even more than I wanted my freedom, I really, really wanted to hurt you. And you know as well as I that by our very natures, only one of us could make it up those stairs unscathed. Someone had to make the first move. Better me than you.
See, this is why I wanted her to go first. I had this whole little scheme planned, where once she'd passed by the table upstairs,
Oh my
I'd have
God.
said, now pick up the blade and stab her in the back. And then
What
you'd
do I
say
do with
something
you
like,
two?
wow, that's an amazing idea that I never saw coming. Thanks for looking out for us. And then you would have done it and we wouldn't be stuck down here with a broken back.
Oh boy.
There's just one problem with that. And what's that? She was clearly planning to betray us. And if she was in front of us, she would have gotten to the blade first.
Very true.
Ugh, you're right, aren't you? I thought this whole thing was ironclad, but really it was doomed from the start, wasn't it? The princess's body twitches as she tries to get up. Ho ho ho! So she's not as bad as us.
Something inside me is broken. Isn't that a cruel twist of the knife? Isn't that so funny?
She eyes you with intensity, silence falling between you for a long moment as her gaze travels up and down your battered form.
Seems I'm not the only one, though.
Wait, are we both just stuck here?
Looks like.
Certainly seems that way. What a way to go. Look on the bright side. In all this chaos, you may have actually managed to deliver a lethal wound. The world could be saved after all.
We're going to die together. Isn't that a lovely treat? I wonder how long it'll take. Maybe I'll get to watch the worms lick your bones clean.
Is that really what's going to happen? Hello? Are you still there?
Oh, I guess we're not getting a chapter 3 on this one. He doesn't respond.
I think he's gone.
Something strange is twisting this place out of shape. I wasn't feeling much of anything, but now I feel cold.
She's gone.
Alright.
Is that a...
Oh, let's just go.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become whenever you are ready.
Alright, do you have any thoughts on this vessel?
This one is hope, marred by bitterness. She could see the end of the tunnel, and the door was closed on her. She will make for a righteous and weathered heart. Do not mourn her. She is finally on the other side.
Alright, well, I think we can move on now. I'm ready to go back.
I await your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what we will meet again.
Alright.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, what should we do this time? We can try to go back to the damsel. Alright, let's go back to the damsel. Let's try to take the blade. We'll see if the smitten even allows us to do that.
You make your way. A warning. She will lie. The interior of the
Alright, enter the basement.
The door to the basement creaks.
Alright, let's go.
You're still listening to reason. You're only making this more difficult.
Okay.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been...
Alright, this time we're saving her.
Fine. No, we won't have any of that.
Oh, that's interesting. This time, since I've done the witch route already, it doesn't let me slay the princess. I have to warn her.
Stop that.
Resist.
The blade! Move the blade!
Alright. Proceed to the cabin.
Oh,
We
warning.
literally could do nothing but warn her, yep. If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything. But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He is trying to keep us apart, but he won't be able to withstand the power of our love.
Hang on, why did we not get this voice line last time? Why is it not skippable? Huh. Weird.
Last time? What are you talking about? I think he just likes to hear the sound of his own voice. Let's try to ignore him. I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions
Oh,
are
I think
too
maybe
great
because I
to be
talked
stifled.
about...
They must be expressed.
Maybe because I talked about the previous loop last time. And he already knew about it. Okay, cool.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind.
Okay, into the cabin.
The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant. The blade is...
Alright, let's try taking the blade. Let's see what the smitten has to say about that.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. I suppose if we're to play the role of dashing knight, we need an equally dashing
Alright.
sword. That way she'll know we can defend her from her enemies.
Oh god, can I actually stab the damsel though? I feel like that would be too much.
Hopefully it doesn't put her on edge. There's no use arguing over motivations right now. It's good that you took the blade. You'll need it to do your job.
Alright, let's go.
The door to the basement creaks, but it's still a stone basement. A soft voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice! Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we can to save her, but saying we're in love is a bit much, don't you think? We don't even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. My love! We're here. You know she can't hear. She may not be able to hear my... Oh, your spirit's plenty loud.
It's you, my dashing hero.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing. And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here before, haven't you? That's right, villain. And you killed us. Well, she killed us. Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty. And you've died before you. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets, you're just somewhere else, and you can't keep hopping between worlds forever, especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation behind you. This is horrible. Horrible for you, maybe, but we've been given another opportunity to sweep her off her feet and treat her like the lady she is. Now, hold on, if she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
Well, we have the knife this time, so maybe
we never
should...
saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise. Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I kind of want to try slaying her this time, just to see what happens. Do I really have to cut you out again? Although this is probably gonna... She's probably gonna free herself. Maybe I should just... Alright. Alright, I'm sorry, I'm doing it. I'm doing it! Not taking any chances, just slaying.
Blade in hand, you run the princess
Is
down.
the smitten gonna stop me?
Wait, no! You barbarian, what do you think you're doing? But you ignore the pleas of the foolish little voice and press on. The princess's eyes grow wide with terror as you approach, but she does absolutely nothing to stop you. Your blade pierces her heart, and she collapses pathetically to the ground.
She's crying! No!
I'm sorry. Did I do something wrong?
No!
No, my love, you did nothing wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Not you.
I'm going to die now. I think that's what you want.
Oh god. And she's so okay with it. What the hell?
And just like that, she's dead. And the world is saved. Thank you for seeing this through. I know it must have been difficult. I feel sick.
Oh.
Sick? You took part in the murder of the fairest creature that's ever lived. And you merely feel sick. I, for one, am absolutely distraught. Grief-stricken. Inconsolable.
I'm sorry. Poor Smitten.
You'll get over it. You just saved everyone. Get over it? You smarmy ass. There's nothing in the world worth getting over it for. We might as well just end it all.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is he gonna stab us and then make us go on to a chapter 3? Oh boy, what would that princess look like?
You raise the blade, aiming the point directly towards your heart. Excuse me? No, you absolutely do not do that.
I think we do.
Yeah, let's not make any rash decisions. We should give ourselves a minute, take a deep breath, and... rash. The only rash decision we've made was running our cursed blade through her heart. This is far from rash. This is measured. This is the only thing left for us to do now that she's gone.
Oh. Huh. Oh, I really want to see both of these options so bad. Oh boy. Yeah, Broken Smitten is a little bit terrifying. All right, I kind of want to stab, but I feel like I would really like to do this and see what happens in the other one too.
What? No, let's not do that.
Poor hero.
You won't use your fancy reverse psychotherapeutics on me, murderer. We're dying together right now. All of you may have previously thought that my passions were too great to stifle, but those were merely passions of joy. My passions of sorrow run deeper than the ocean itself, and you'll find that they are far more unstiflable. Haven't you? Haven't you all? I don't believe this. What? What don't you believe? You plunge the blade into your own heart and collapse to the floor.
Real Romeo and Juliet moment here.
You can't be serious. Why are you helping him? I'm not. He just made it happen. I'm sorry. That's right. You're all sorry. Everything goes dark, and you die.
The Grey.
You're on a path in the wood. You horrid monster. Do you think just because we've returned to the woods you've earned my forgiveness? Our beloved had best be alive and well when we return to the cabin, or you'll never know the end of my wrath.
Oh my god.
She won't be alive and well when we return to that cabin, because she's dead. We killed her.
Is she gonna be a ghost again?
You killed her, and so I killed you.
Oh, Smitten doesn't consider himself part of us anymore.
And you clearly didn't do a good enough job. I'm still here. Oh, and I'm still here too. If you lot gets to be blessed with seemingly eternal life, that must mean she's still there, waiting for us to throw ourselves at her feet in remorse. I doubt it. I think I'm better at killing than you are. So you've been here before. Of course you've been here before. What count is it this time? 2? It's our 3rd. What gave it away? Your open discussions. I couldn't care less what he knows. Every second we stand around arguing in the woods is a second that I'm anxiously worrying about her. Take us to the cabin and take us there now. With each passing moment, our relationship may be damaged even further. Though I fear the rift between us may already be permanent.
It's interesting because this princess seemed totally fine to let us kill her. So is the next iteration of her, like, usually she comes back very vengeful. When you got the Grey, it was raining? Huh. Interesting. But yeah, usually when we kill her, she's very bitter about it. But I wonder if this one's just going to be okay with it.
And if it is permanent, then what? You'll kill us again. Oh, you just wait and see. My vengeance will echo the depths of my bereavement.
Oh, you got it via the prisoner route. Huh, interesting.
Don't provoke him. I'd prefer if we didn't die again. I'm not fond of dying. Why not? You've already done it twice. It was unpleasant. It was only unpleasant because you think it's supposed to be unpleasant. I'll make you feel what I feel if it's the last thing I do. And mark my words, you won't like it when it happens. Oh, how exciting. I'd love to see you try. Can I?
Well, I'm not just going to try. I'm going to actually do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh boy. Internal strife again.
Good. I am too. Can I talk now? Yes, I can. Great. Now that you're listening, let me remind you that if you're here in the woods, it means that the princess
We're
is
not in the woods,
dead,
dude.
and that her very existence currently poses a direct threat to the entire world.
Do these look like woods to you?
I'll believe that when I see her living body.
Did I hear that right? He says she's alive. Our beloved lives again.
Yes, she's alive. But you're going to have to make her not alive. You'll have to slay her. It's your job.
We absolutely will not. This is a tale of love and redemption, and this time it will not end in bloodshed. Except ours, if any of you try.
Let's do our best to keep him away from anything sharp. If we're lucky, there won't even be a blade when we get to the cabin.
I don't think we're gonna be lucky. Okay, we haven't talked enough about how different this place is. It wasn't different last time.
If this isn't the same path in the woods you're used to, that means that her influence is already spreading and you're running out of time.
Wait. But if her influence is spreading, that means there's hope. That means our beloved is waiting up there for us, ready to make amends.
Yes, I already told you that she's alive. Don't mind him. I don't think he's doing too well.
No, he is
I'm
not.
doing better than any of you. I'm doing great. She's alive.
Influence doesn't require life. But if things restarted, why wouldn't she be alive? Who said they restarted? All they've done is changed.
That's interesting, because that kind of matches what the princess has been saying about how the world isn't ending, it's just changing.
I shan't listen to the vile mutterings of you serpents. Onward! Our living, breathing princess awaits us.
What happens if we don't go to the cabin?
She'll find a way out eventually and the world will still end. The only way this resolves is if you find her and slay her before that happens.
Again he makes her out to be a monster. I'm tired of all this slander. She's never hurt anyone in her life except for us, and that was our fault.
We don't know that. She could have done all sorts of things we weren't around to see. Turn around and leave, go to the cabin. I'm fine with either. So long as we don't just do the same thing again. That would be boring.
Alright. I'm the one in charge here. If we slay her again, you are not gonna make us kill ourselves. Is that clear?
Oh, it's clear, you murderer. Though I should remind you that you're not as in charge as you seem to think you are.
I'm sure his outburst last time was just a fluke. I wouldn't worry about it. Besides, if he kills us again, he kills us again. It doesn't matter. He'll tire out eventually. The flame of passion always burns out in the end.
Spoken like a true cynic.
Enough bickering. Just stay focused and get to the cabin.
Alright, let's go to the cabin.
I'm sure you've already heard my words of warning in one of your past lives. You've already managed to slay her once, just don't muck it up this time, alright?
Oh, we'll muck it up all right. We'll get our happy ending, even if it damns each and every person who's ever lived.
Whatever you do, don't let him influence a single decision. He's clearly lost it. I hate that I'm agreeing with him on anything, but I really don't like being at the whims of someone so unstable. It's stressful. Yes, having all those feelings isn't very productive, is it? But we're just passengers here. Why stress over something you can't control? You're saying that like stress is just something you can turn off. It is. It's easy. Whatever happens, happens.
Are you even alive? What's the point of doing anything if you're not going to feel a single emotion? I don't know. I just exist. And that's fine with me. This is horribly unproductive. The cabin and your extremely important destiny await.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin feels dry
What?
and brittle. Ancient dust-covered wooden beams hold up a crumbling ceiling like mummified ribs, each elegantly carved detail of the stately building preserved in an extended stasis. Everything here has been kept safe and dry and lifeless. But you're not alone. You can feel something watching you. There is a figure faintly outlined against the dusty wood of the far wall.
It's not the gray I got, huh? So there are different ones. That's interesting.
Is that her? Our beloved. So she does live. She doesn't look very alive to me. Before you can make a move, the figure is gone, vanishing behind the door on the far side of the room. The door at the end of the room? But there isn't a door. There's a mirror, that's it. The mirror? Is this some kind of joke? Did you all plan this out before dying? There is no mirror. There's the door to the basement, the table, and the pristine blade.
Where the table and the pristine
That's
blade?
strange. There's supposed to be a pristine blade. Why isn't there a pristine blade?
I mean, I saw it embedded in the princess. I think it's there.
Maybe it's gone because we've already killed her with it. Perhaps it's gone because an oh-so-deserved guilt has started to worm its way into each and every one of you. Perhaps all of you do feel just as bad as I about what we've done. Though if you felt the oppressive guilt I feel, we would have manifested that weapon directly into our heart.
Oh my god, dude.
I suppose it doesn't matter why the blade is gone, but you're going to have to find it if you're going to do this right. So why don't you march over to that door and make your way down to the basement?
Alright, let's do it. But there is no door.
As if something as flimsy as a missing door would stop us on our sacred quest. Cross the room, find our way back to her, make things right. You're clearly hallucinating, but I'd rather not get into it with you right now. The door to the basement is on the far side of the room, whether you can see it or not.
Let's go.
You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it. You must think you're looking at that mirror you mentioned earlier, the one that doesn't exist. Just reach forward and open the door. It's so hazy. We should try and clean it off. It's time for all of you to see what we've become. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement. The handle is just a little to your right, and a little down. So much for our reflection. We didn't need to see ourselves anyway. I'm much more interested in seeing other things. I see. We are too hideous for even a mirror to behold. We can only hope she might still see some good in us. No way left to go but down.
In we go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an antique staircase lit by weak torchlight. The air here is so stale it practically stands still, as if the very molecules of this place have been fossilized, trapped for eons until your arrival. Even the blaze of the torches can't penetrate the odorless air, as if they'd run out of fuel to burn ages ago, their light still flickering more out of habit than from adhering to a physical reality. A wispy figure watches you from the bottom of the stairs, face veiled in shadow. There she is again. My love! She's just an old memory. Your eyes lock for a brief moment, then she vanishes around the corner.
Is anyone there?
You receive no response. Do you think she's upset with us? Don't like being here unarmed after what happened last time. I feel so exposed.
I don't know if the knife would even help against a ghost.
Of course she's livid, and with good reason. You aren't helping. Are you scared of a little ghost? What's she going to do? Look at us until we feel bad? She can look all she wants. It won't do anything.
Alright, let's go.
As you descend the final step,
boy.
the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body lying in a heap on the floor, her wrist still bound to the wall by a heavy chain. This cell is a dark and isolated place, with not so much as a window to allow starlight to penetrate the gloom. See? She's dead.
No. What foul trickery is this? How can this be? We just saw her alive and well a moment ago, floating away transparently.
Yes, that is definitely called alive and well.
Whatever we saw was a ghost. Thought we were all on the same page. Do try to keep up. Thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a slamming door and a clicking
Oh.
lock.
Maybe she is angry at us after all.
You turn to see the shade of the princess staring down at you from the top of the stairs, clutching a brightly burning torch. So that's where the blade is. It's already in her heart. And yet she isn't dead. She is dead. Have you never heard of a ghost before? Oh, for the love of... Can we not waste time arguing over the semantics of what is and isn't dead? She is clearly conscious. She clearly just slammed the door on you, and she clearly has a weapon. Your pristine blade sticking out of her chest. This is extremely bad. Catastrophic, even. Yeah, dead or not, what are we supposed to do about her? Slaying, or destroying, if we want to be a little more death-neutral, seems off the table.
We make amends. She obviously still holds us in her heart. She's bearing a torch for us and everything.
But she hasn't said anything. Are you sure she can talk like this?
You came back. I missed you.
Is she just gonna try to keep us locked down here forever?
That angelic voice. I missed you too, my beloved.
You sure snapped back to your old self quick.
Yes. Seeing her dazzling countenance again has reignited the warmth in my heart. I have found it in me to forgive the sins this body has committed. We can have our perfect romance after all.
This is a bad place. We're supposed to be together, but it keeps making us hurt each other.
The torch falls from the princess's hand and bounces down the stairs.
It'll be so much better when it's gone.
The skeletal wood of the basement, perfectly dry after uncountable years of desiccation, immediately catches fire.
She's trying to kill us. A misplaced escalation of her passions, but clearly she still cares for us. I say we burn her.
Let me out! Are you trying to kill me?
Dying apart kept us apart. Dying together will keep us together.
See? Everything's fine. She wants to be with us.
Oh my god.
Yeah, in a bad way.
She just has a unique way of expressing things.
The fire grows quickly, devouring the basement, dancing up the walls and painting every surface with strokes of flame. You're choked by smoke. The air around you grows uncomfortably warm. We've never burned to death before. I wonder how it's going to feel.
Let's not.
Bad! I bet it'll feel really, really bad! Yes, it will be terrible, so you'd better come up with something to do, and fast. Your personal safety is far from the only thing she's threatening right now.
I think a bit of fiery passion is good for the world.
Oh
You're just trying to spoil her fun.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm trying to prevent oblivion.
Alright, I think if I keep doing explore options, it's just going to light me on fire, so I think I might have to do something. I mean, maybe if I beg her, she might actually save me, but... Yeah, if I rush to the door, it'll probably just be locked. I mean, if she literally just locked it from the inside, I can probably unlock it and get out. But I don't know if I want to bet on that. Can I, like, go up the stairs while I'm talking to her? Come on. Broken Smitten is pretty funny. Maybe I'll try one more, hopefully, before I burn to death. Please, I'm begging you. I'll do anything, just don't let me burn.
You'll understand when it's over. Just like I understood after you stabbed me in the heart. Everything is okay.
Yeah, I figured talking to her isn't really gonna
She's
help.
holding a grudge.
No, I don't think she is.
She's perfect! The heat grows in intensity as the flames draw ever nearer. You can practically feel your skin sizzling already. If you're going to try and stop her from killing you and destroying the whole world, you'd better do something, and you'd better do it now. I wonder if we look good right now.
Oh my god.
Fire makes a lot of things look good. I can only imagine how dazzling our eyes are in the dancing flames. Do you think she's noticed?
Yeah, Contrarian throwing the blade out the window is really funny.
I don't want to burn to death. We don't have to, right?
I mean, I guess just burning to death would be, you know, dramatic and romantic in its own way, but I don't want to die. Let's rush to the door.
As you rush up the stairs, the entire cabin erupts into a raging inferno. You ignore the princess, throwing yourself headlong against the door, bashing at it with your clenched fists in a vain attempt at freedom.
Oh. Yikes.
As layers of you peel away into raw, seeping burns, you feel a hand on yours. You turn to see the princess, face bright and smile wide with manic affection. She clutches you close to her chest, watching with loving eyes as the flames eat you away, bit by bit. The pain is unbearable at first. Every inch of you screams as your flesh is stripped away, your muscles stiffening as they're cooked, your blood boiling in your veins. But it isn't long before the flames take your nerves, and with them, your ability to feel much of anything. See? That wasn't so bad. It was so bad. Somehow, nothing's so much worse. You'll get used to it. There are still the feelings of the heart. Those never go away. Oh, they always do in the end. You just haven't experienced enough. Eventually you'll want them to stop too. You'll make them stop. Trust me. The princess's smile never fades. Her skin peels away, and then her muscle, until all you can see is her charring skull, locked in an eternal grin.
How can she burn if she's a ghost?
It's very romantic.
Oh my god.
We got our happy ending after all. We can die happy.
Well, that was something.
She's gone. And there's that.
All right, let's go.
I am a growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of all of me is.
All right, how about this one?
This one is passion betrayed. But even in the end, her love never faded. She will make for a bright heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose.
All right, let's get going, I guess.
I will be here when it is time for us to meet again.
Yeah, I think she is wearing a wedding dress.
You're on a path in the woods. You're here to slay.
All right. Well, it's a little bit early. I think we can get maybe one more route in. Let's see. What can we try? I don't think we can do the damsel route again. I think that counts as the damsel route has been finished for this playthrough. Like we couldn't do the witch route again, even though the witch route also has other options to it. Let's see. I kind of wanted to get back to the adversary route also. But then there's also a bunch of stuff for us to do in the Spectre route. And the Razor route. I think I only did that once. Let's maybe go back to the adversary. So for the adversary, I had two thoughts. One was trying to free her, trying to take like a non-violent approach with her. And the other was continuing to attack. Because at one point I like did the explore option that made her immortal. So I think if I just like continue the fight instead, that might give me a different ending. All right, let's go. Okay, let's try adversary. So I think for the adversary,
You make your way up the short
you have to
path to the cabin.
talk to the
You'll
princess,
find the princess within.
and then stab her, I believe. Fight to the end. You want to try that one first? And then maybe try freeing her later? We can start with that one. We could also try, the other thing was,
the air is stale and musty.
the other option on this one was, oh wow. Well, that's good confirmation that there are only the two routes in, without the blade. There is also the nightmare route, but that I think you can do from either one. Interesting. Okay, I guess I have to take the blade.
You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world.
Right, so the other option with the adversary was to fight smart, right? Because we chose to just like keep going with just, you know, like just stubbornly attacking head on. We can also try to fight a little bit more dirty and see how that changes things. I wonder also if we don't take the blade, if we can just fight her like with our bare hands. Because like we could not take the blade and try to be peaceful, but we could also not take the blade but still resort to violence, probably.
The door to the basement creaks open,
I really like the adversary route. I think that was one of the funniest ones. So I'm definitely excited to check it out again. Hi.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors. Come on.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around
Alright.
her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
I just want to talk.
Then why did you bring a knife with you?
So I think you have to... I think you have to drop the knife, but then pick it back up. I think. Was that how you got to the adversary route? I think that was it.
The blade tumbles out of your trembling hands.
Oh, we couldn't not bring the
drops
knife?
to the floor with
Are you
an
sure?
unceremonious clang.
We can check. Alright, we've talked enough. I'm actually not talking to you, sorry.
Oh, have you decided?
Alright, slay the princess.
Doubt, unfortunately, clouds your... A moment of distraction and hesitation is all she needs. It feels like you've been hit with a sledge. Holy shit, that hurt. Though she's unarmed. The shock of that first stroke. We can still turn...
Oh, this route. She said, why did you bring a knife? Yeah, that's true. There's also the give up route here. I think that would probably take us back to the tower route, though. Would that take us back to the tower route? That's what my guess would be anyway. Let's finish the job.
You and the princess stare at you. Excuse? Do you think that... Can you not feel all those ruptured organs? The two of you...
Oh,
The two of you...
this?
The princess...
You put up more. Do you really?
But you don't have time to worry over such things.
Alright, back to the adversary.
You're on a path in the woods.
Alright, let's see. Pretty sure I already slew the princess. Sure, she also killed me, but I definitely got her. Why am I here again?
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the very first time. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe... You know I can hear you, right? That's fine. It doesn't matter if that's the spirit.
Alright, let's go.
A warning. She will lie. Lying and cheating doesn't sound like her at all. Are you sure about that?
Alright, let's go.
The cabin is tighter than its exterior would suggest.
Okay, so we have numerous options here. Let's see. We can try to free her. We can try to fight her barehanded. We can try to fight to the end. We could try to fight smart. Let's take the blade. Although not taking the blade will show us what other potential options we have. You really want me to take the blade and fight to the end? I do want to try that. All right, we can try the others later. Take the blade.
You take the blade from the altar.
All right, let's go.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a rough stone...
Right. I think I'm gonna try the fighting differently though, because I think just fighting to the end is probably gonna be relatively simple or relatively similar to what I did last time. Although it is also very tempting. I do really want to see that one. What would turn around and leave do? You look different.
You look exactly the same.
All right. What?
Okay, I guess I've
You
done
said
that
earlier
one.
in the... You don't know. Of course I...
You got me. Pretty much everything you said is true.
I know. You and the princess have been talking about it. You don't have to be so snarky.
Alright. I'm actually here to free you.
Free her? You aren't. I don't know why I'm even bothering, to be honest. You know the stakes of the situation.
Who says I want to be free?
Me? Anyone? Why wouldn't you want to be free?
Are you sure we want to look a gift horse in the mouth right now? If she doesn't want to leave, doesn't this whole situation just work out for everyone?
There's nothing out there for me. The only thing I care about is right here. All I want is to keep knowing what it feels like to kill you and be killed by you. I want to feel that knife split me open. I want to feel your bones snap beneath my fists.
I think I'll just let the princess speak for herself here. Leaving her in the basement isn't an answer. You have to make a choice. And there's only one choice worth making. Fight her. Win.
Alright. So you do remember me.
Oh, I remember you all right. Best 3 minutes of my life. So, why don't we do it again?
See? She wants to fight us again. There's no reason for us to stand around talking.
Yeah, she really wants to fight, okay? Alright, let's just go. Attempt to free the princess. Okay. Well, attack!
Finally ready to complete your destined task. Here we go. Oh, we'll make it count, all right. As you bridge the gap, your blade slashes across. She's unfazed by your... You can hear her chains snap as you struggle to... She almost looks disappointed in us.
Oh, you don't actually get it. That knife may be sharp, but it's not fun if you hesitate. You need to put everything you have into seeing, so don't be afraid.
Don't let her get in your head. She's huge, but probably... Don't listen to them. She understands something.
Alright. So, this was the one I did last time. These two I have not tried. Oh, I just noticed she's not attached to the chain. Is she just totally not chained? I kind of want to try this one this time. Bait an opening and outmaneuver her.
You push yourself off the ground and attack the princess, trying to bait an opening. Do your best to outplay her, slashing out and leaving red cuts in the tatters of her white dress. But you have little room to maneuver. For every glancing blow you manage to land, she slams you against the wall in retaliation, each impact threatening to be the last. This weak little dance isn't working. Just toughen up and overpower her. She's throwing us around like a ragdoll. I think overpowering her is a little out of the question.
Oh no. This isn't working very well.
You could stop me with a few cuts. All this dancing around is doing nothing but annoying me. I own this place, and I own you.
The princess's arm shoots forward, her palm wrapping around your head, fingers gripping your skull.
How disappointing.
She squeezes.
Oh
Pressure
no.
unbearable as her fingers dig into your scalp. The last thing you hear is the unsettling crack of your skull, and the sickening churn of what was your grey matter.
That did not work well for us.
Everything goes dark, and you die.
Chapter 3. The Eye of the Needle.
You're on a path in the wood. If you weren't so damned afraid of what she'd do to you, we wouldn't have died back there. Fear is good. Fear keeps us alive. We died because you didn't have enough of it. So what? You'd have us cower in a corner? No, but that place suits her better than it suits us. She's big. We can't hope to find holes and openings down there. We need more room if we're going to survive. Are you suggesting luring her into the woods? Do you have any idea how dangerous that would be? If you lose sight of her, if she manages to slip away, that's it. game over for everyone, yourself included.
I don't think she wants to slip away. She wants to fight.
Are you not challenging us on all the looping? Have you known about it the whole time? Are you the same one we've been talking to since the beginning? Sorry to disappoint what I'm sure must feel like a grand revelation, but that's not what's going on here. We've never met. Then what is going on? What's going on is that you'd only be saying the things you've been saying if you'd already been here, and if you'd already seen things you weren't supposed to have seen. It doesn't matter. We could go in circles forever. I don't like staying still for too long. Let's get to the cabin, see this through. It's good to know that at least one of you is still capable of reason. We may have the same destination, but we're not the same. You are still an other, and I don't trust you. Well, fortunately, you have an entire trip through the woods to reconsider that. There's nothing to reconsider. We're all for violence here. Are we? I haven't signed off on anything yet. Violence is the answer here, but it's equally
I love that. Violence is the
Can't let her
answer.
leave the cabin. It's like I said, all just circles. Instinct tells me we need space, and I trust instinct. Nothing else to say. Not for me.
We haven't talked enough about how different this place is. I wouldn't even call these woods. It's like her influence is poured out into the world.
It's evidence of one of many ticking clocks. You can't let her spread any further. Things are always changing. She changed, the cabin changed, we've changed. Why wouldn't the woods change too? Because they're not supposed to have changed. This is supposed to be a path in the woods. If it's not, it means something's gone horribly wrong.
Alright, what if I don't agree with the plan? What if I'd rather do something else?
You're the chooser. The best we can do is advise. But we can help if you let us. These are just powerless thoughts and opinions. You don't need to let them drag you and the world to ruin.
Alright. Go to the cabin.
It isn't long before you find yourself at the end of the path, staring up the hill at the cabin. I hope you've given serious thought to your predicament. No last advice for us? No words of warning? What I gather, you've heard it all before. There's no use screaming into the wind. I don't know, screaming sounds pretty good right about now. I could use a little catharsis. Catharsis is for when we're finished. For now, we need to hold it out in front of us, something to chase.
Let's go.
The interior of the cabin is suffocatingly tight, more of a glorified tunnel than a building. Its stone walls squeeze against your sides, leaving you no choice but to press forward. The only furniture of note is an iron altar jutting out from the wall, a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you're going to do this right. See? We have even less space than before. We need space or she'll kill us. And the only space is out there. Take it!
So we could also not take the blade here, but I don't know. I think we need to take the blade in this one.
You take the blade from the altar. It will be difficult. There's no overcoming her without it. We need every part of us to survive, and that steel claw is as much a part of us as any.
Alright, let's go.
You step forward and approach the door to all we see is a bit grimy.
Smash it! Let's do
You
it.
bring your fist crashing down against the door leading to the basement. It swings open, scraping against the floor as it reveals the dim path ahead. Before you is what may as well be a sheer cliff face. There are enough footholds that you'll be able to clamber your way to the bottom, but it will require careful effort.
Okay, this time I feel like leading her outside is not gonna work. Because, like, how the hell are we gonna climb this back up with the princess following us? And she's not gonna get stuck this time either.
The air hissing up from below is warm and wet, like the breath of an enemy locked in close quarters. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice, bold and fierce and impatient, echoes from the chamber below.
Do you have more fight in you than last time? That was such a disappointing show. I know you can do better than that.
Goad her. Rile her up. If she's angry, she'll make mistakes.
That's reasonable. I guess we can stay up here and lure her up to us. If you want to fight, then how about you come and get one?
That's not how this works. I'm all chained up, remember? How about you come down here and fight me?
That sounds like you just prefer it down there. Too much of a coward to leave your little
Those chains
hole.
were nothing to her last time. There'll be nothing to her this time. But we need to show ourselves first to make her boil over. Fine by me.
Oh, okay, I guess we do need to go down there. Alright.
You've nowhere to go but down. You start the difficult journey, gripping the stone, lowering yourself foot by grueling foot. But soon, there is solid ground beneath you. Remember every crack and crevice. You'll need to be faster than her. You turn to face what lies at the end of the narrow tunnel. The princess, imposing and tightly muscled, grins back at you from the darkness.
God, all the princess designs just so cool.
Her face widens into a broad grin.
There you are, knife in hand. How thrilling! Attack me, bleed me, twist the blade in my flesh, break your bones against my body. I want a real challenge this time.
We can't get that close. She'll kill us in the tight space, steel claw or not. Make her come to us, stand beyond her chains, and let her become frenzied. She'll break them. Then we run.
So we probably do have the option here. Which one to do?
I really don't like the sound of this. It's the only way we live.
Well, what are you waiting for? If we're gonna do this right, you can't be scared. You need to want this as much as I do. So go on. Make the first move. Don't keep me waiting.
Let's see. This might actually work. Stop just outside her chains. Because I could try to just go right in and fight her. I think she would appreciate that. If you want a good fight, if you really want to see me at my best, we need somewhere with more space.
The princess scoffs.
Oh, you're up to something tricky, aren't you? You're teasing me with what I want, but I'm sick of waiting. I'm not going to let you give me another bad fight. I'm going to get what I want.
Bloody desire in her eyes, the princess rushes forward, ignoring her chains as they bend and snap.
Well, that's exactly what I wanted.
Without hesitation, you turn back the way you came and scramble up the ledge towards the tunnel entrance. As you near the top, hands desperately clawing at jagged stone, you glance back. The princess is right on your heels. She doesn't bother to scale the wall as you do, instead digging deep into the rock of the cliff face with her fingertips in her rapid pursuit.
Anywhere you go, I will follow!
Good. You reach
Alright,
the
it's
ledge
working
and
so
hoist
far.
yourself up into the tunnel, the cabin door finally in sight, at once within your grasp and infinitely distant.
What is all of this for? What's the point? You and I are always going to end in violence, so why bother to run? I know what I am. Why can't you be the same? Little bird, where do you think you're going?
We're almost there. Don't think about
Oh,
almost.
it's so
We're there when we're
tense.
there.
Will we make it?
And we'll take the fight with us. Your skin hums tight with adrenaline as you burst through the cabin door and roll onto the grass. You glance back at the cabin as the princess, singular in her desire to destroy you, explodes through the doorway. You are walking a dangerous path. If you waver once, it's all over. So get it right.
There's nothing left to slow me down. Do you think this is better for you? Do you think this space gives you an edge? Then show me! Show me that you've been worth all the room you've taken up in my head!
Oh. You've been thinking about us? Oh my.
Do it! Be swift, strike true, be where she's not. Let your body move you.
I mean, I do kind of want to just end the fight here. But on the other hand, I feel like all of the voices are egging me on, and I kind of just want to listen to them. Oh, it's so tempting though. Slay the princess.
You leap from the grass and bound towards the princess, keeping low.
Charging me head on? Brave and foolish.
Her body braces for impact, anticipating the clash. That's where you're both wrong. Left, now. As the princess strikes, your body swerves to the left. She overextends, stumbling as her balance shifts unexpectedly. Strike. Before you can finish the thought, you lash out, the blade slicing through her leg. She turns to swing again. Right. You move out of the way, but this time it's not quite as clean. You can feel a bruise already blooming where her elbow crashed into flesh. It's nothing. A scratch. Yes, it could be worse. And you manage to gift her another cut in return. I'll be damned. We're actually going to pull this off, aren't we?
Maybe, but let's not celebrate too early.
Just might. But don't let it get to your head. Not until it's over.
Yes, finally! This is the hole I felt in my heart. This is what I've needed. This is what I've been missing. This is how it always needed to end. Both of us giving it our all, beating and bleeding each other to death.
The two of you engage in a devastating flurry of blows, each of you wounding the other again and again. She's stronger, but you're faster, and the deeper the both of you fall into your lethal dance, the more your edge shines over hers. She's slowing down, blood pouring from wounds, splattering at her feet, leaving her weak and unsteady. More! Keep going, we can't stop now! You spy an opening, but this time she's waiting for you. She lets you sink the blade deep, trapping you in place long enough to wrap you in her impenetrable arms. You're slammed to the ground. Nothing! These blows are nothing to us! But her gambit wasn't enough to close the gap. It wasn't enough to kill you. She stares you down, coughing up a splash of blood as she gasps for breath.
You've outplayed me, haven't you? Something feels wrong. Something.
And? Then what happens?
Alright, we did it. Okay.
She's gone. And there's that mirror again.
Let's go.
There's a world beyond the...
Alright, what do you think this time?
This one yearns to grow and struggle. Even now I feel a will pushing against mine, not realizing that we are one. She will make for a fierce heart. Do not mourn her. We will provide her with the growth she fought for.
Alright, I think that's all we've got. Ready to go back?
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Alright.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end...
Okay, I think this is a good place to end things here. I think we just have one more route before we finish this playthrough. That's exciting. I have so many things I still want to try though. Oh my gosh, and I've unlocked so many like new routes. Like, can we survive the encounter with the Gray? Or at least, I don't know if we can survive, but at least not burn to death and have a different way of, yeah, one more route and then we become gods, exactly. So many new things to try. I definitely want to try setting the Eye of the Needle one free, right? That'll be interesting too. Oh man, I might have to extend this playthrough past this week. We'll see. We'll see. I don't want this to end. This game is so good. I can just keep playing it forever. But on the other hand, I don't want it to take over my channel entirely. There's so many other cool games that I want to play. The struggle of a game being too good. Alright. Well, thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed this episode. There's definitely some cool routes this time, including discovering some totally new ones, like the Beast. That was different. Yeah, I hope you join me tomorrow for the end of this playthrough and the start of potentially the last one. We'll see. All right. Well, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.